From the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, WGN Sports on the U presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, A.J. Pierzynski, Johnny Danks and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, Naglio Ordonez, and the first place Detroit Tigers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. We're Steve Stone. I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the first of this three-game set against Detroit. As you know, the Sox split that four-game series against the Cleveland Indians. So the Sox come into 73 and 72. We're 10.5 games back. Now, we would really have liked for it to have been a little closer than that in the final three games of the season against this Tiger Ball Club. But tonight, Johnny Danks.
Johnny Danks goes to the mound, and a couple of starts ago in Detroit, he was treated rather rudely, got knocked out in the fifth inning, gave up 8 earned runs, and that's not the John Danks that we know. Lifetime against these Tigers is 4-6. His ERA is okay against them, but this has been a tough team for him. We'll see how he fares tonight. Overall, 6-11 hasn't been the kind of year that you'd expect from Johnny Danks. Rick Porcello goes to the mound for the Tigers. He's 13-8, and lifetime against the Sox, 1-4 with an ERA of 7.5. So we've handled this guy in the past. We should handle him tonight, and hopefully that sinker won't sink, and we win the first game of the series.
All right, it is what it is. So sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by WRTO La Tremenda, Chicago's Spanish language sports leader. There's Ozzie Guillen Jr. to the right, and he'll be providing a lot of the commentary for the game tonight. So let's take a look at the lineup and how the Tigers will start with Jackson, Ordonez, and Young. Jackson has killed Danks. Cabrera, Martinez, Avila, Peralta, Rayburn, and into third and hitting ninth. The defense, Pierre Diaz and Viciedo left to right with Morel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Przinsky gets a nod behind the plate, and Johnny Danks on the hill. He's looking for win number 7. It's not been the kind of year John would have liked. This is his 25th start. He's got a couple of complete games. And the Tigers, lifetime, have been pretty tough on him. He's 4-6 against them. So throw it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And the first pitch of the ball game is taken for a strike by Austin Jackson. Jackson comes in hitting at 254. Tigers hitting at 274 as a club. That ball into right center field. The tank is there. Hauls it in. 2 pitches and 1 out.
The umpires for the game tonight: Mark Wegner behind the plate, Mike Everett at first, Mike Winters is at second, and Chris Guccione is at third.
Gonna bring up Ordonez. Mags hitting at 245, 5 homers, 28 driven in. Once again, so happy you could join us for game 1 of this 3-game set. Sox come in 10.5 games back of the Tigers. And Tanks is going to have another opportunity right here. And that is 2 down.
Tigers on a 9-game winning streak. They've dominated at home at 45 and 29, and on the road a winning record 39 and 33.
Here's Delman Young hitting at 305, 4 homers and 19 knocked in. He'll be 26 in 2 days. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straight away center. One and 2 the count. With the cleanup hitter, Miguel Cabrera on deck.
That's one of the reasons why you'd like to end it right here with Young.
Young's had pretty good success against Danks. 12 for 39, and of the 12 hits, 10 of them stayed in the park. Got a pretty good pitch to hit right there and underneath it.
That'll be one of the keys for John tonight, and that's getting that cutter in on the hands of the right-hand hitters. He wasn't able to do it in Detroit. They really hurt him.
Full count. And this is the 16th meeting of the year between these two teams. In the first 15, we have won 5.
Delman Young, one of the waiver pickups by Dave Dombrowski, and he's proven to be pretty valuable for them.
And he walks him. So the 2-out walk. And here is Cabrera. He's hitting .329 with 26 homers and 95 knocked in. He is 6 for 25 lifetime off John Danks. And of the 6 hits, all 6 have stayed in the park.
There you look at the rankings of the American League. As you can see, it's been a very productive year for Cabrera. It will not, however, turn into an MVP year, I don't believe.
Oh, nice play. Over to first, and that'll retire the side. That ball had a ton of top spin on it. So after half inning of play, it's the Tigers nothing and the good guys coming to bat.
BMW dealers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine, and Juan Pierre is going to lead it off, and it's Ramirez, Canerco, A.J. Przinsky hitting cleanup, and Viciedo, Rios, Diaza, Morel, and Beckham playing second and hitting ninth. The defense, and how they'll line up behind Rick Porcello. Young, Jackson, and Ordonez left to right with Inge, Peralta, Rayburn, and Cabrera. Alex Avila behind the plate, and he's had a magnificent season, and Rick Porcello on the hill. Start number 28 for the young right-hander, who depends on a sinker. And if it's not working, he has problems. If it is, will have problems.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as Juan Pierre will lead it off. Juan comes in hitting at 286. Sox hitting at 254 as a team. Sox with a 3.91 ERA. So the 22-year-old right-hander, 6'5", 200 pounds, out of Chester, New Jersey. And that is just foul.
Porcello's first year in the big leagues was 09. He went 14-9. He was their #1 draft choice. 27th pick overall. The reason why he dropped so low was signability issues. Tigers paid him, drafted him in 07, and here he is.
And he's 8 games over in his career, 37-29. A lot of decisions for a 22-year-old.
He's got a chance to be a special pitcher. He's had his problems, but most of the youngsters do. But coming up in a rookie year, winning 14 games is a good trick.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Juan has faced Porcello 15 times, has 5 hits, and 1 homer. He got him in his book.
Small book, but a book nonetheless.
Full count. Sox with that almost unheard of record of 33-39 at home, 40-33 on the road.
We get a better road record than the Tigers.
And there's a good way to start it. Get by him. So he will get into second with his 17th two-bagger.
Juan continues his hot hitting as he takes this one right down the middle and slices it right down the line. Young doesn't have the speed he once did, and he has some problems getting this one. Even if he catches it cleanly, he's not going to stop Pierre from coasting into second.
And with that double, he is safe at second. Safe and secure, New York life. So here's Alexei hitting at 265, 14 homers and 62. Stay fair. Oh, dadgummit. Just foul.
And a good idea, thinking along the right lines, hitting that ball to the right side. Almost turned into goal.
Alexei is 4 for 16 lifetime off Porcello with a homer. Outfield, he was short and right. Mags, very short and right. Austin Jackson, a couple of steps over towards Ordonez. And once again trying to go that way.
For the game, Richard Price threw out the ceremonial first pitch as the head of Mesereau Financial.
Oh, and 2 the count. Now time is called by Ramirez. Canerco on deck.
It's somewhat surprising that Rayburn is not the guy charged with holding Juan Pierre close at second. Peralta's doing it, and that forces him to play up the middle. Alexei normally is a pull hitter.
Especially with an 0-2 or now a 1-2 count. And they're going to slow play him. And here we go. Blocked nicely by Avila. Well, what a story he has been. Last year, Avila had a tough time. And this year, not so tough.
Last year, I think he hit 228. This year, even 3 builds.
As he strikes him out, he hit 228, 7 homers, and 31 knocked in. But a big out right there. Did not get him over. 1 down.
Brazil has a lot of movement on this. Ball goes down and in. He hasn't had much luck with Paulie, though.
Paulie 7 for 15 with a homer. Ball comes in hitting at 309, 29 homers, and 98 driven in. And there's ball 1. Beautiful day here in the city. Beautiful. We certainly would have liked to have been closer than 10.5 back for the final 3 games of the year against these guys. As I said earlier, it is what it is. That's in the dirt, and the count 2-0.
Zillow has not been able to get that slider over the plate, leaving him essentially a 1-pitch pitcher.
Now feel about equidistant, slightly to the left. And the count 3-0. Turn him loose.
It certainly looks like a pitch around at this point, because he hasn't been all that close.
AJ on deck. He's 2 for 11 against Porcello. And there's ball 4. So with 2 on 1 out, let's check out our picks to click tonight. Fernando, our director and the crew, and with Rios. Steve's going with Tanks, Diane Viciedo, and John Del Carabo from Oak Forest tonight. We're going to go with Piazza. John Del Carabo. Big Sox fan. So here's AJ hitting at 283, 6 homers and 41 driven in. Watch out.
On a daylight pickoff, normally you don't use the inside turn. That's what Porcello did. Instead of wheeling around and just throwing it, he used an inside turn, and that takes a lot of time. That's usually, if there's a 3-2 count, you use that to confuse a base runner, not on a straight daylight pickoff.
First pitch strike. AJ's still been having a little problem with that left hand and wrist, where he got hit and had to go on a DL for the first time in his career. One and one to count. Bit of a gap out there in left center if he can hit it. Now they are really taking a lot of time.
I think Porcello has learned something at the Brad Penny School of Pitching. If you don't let the ball go, nothing bad can happen, but eventually he's going to have to let the ball go.
And that's low. Tanks on deck. Two one pitch. Not a full slate of games around the major leagues. Other action will show St. Louis at Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay at Baltimore, Cubs taking on the Reds at Great American Ballpark, Atlanta at home against Florida, Washington at New York against the Mets, Houston at home against the Phillies, Angels taking on the A's in Oakland. D-backs at Chavez Ravine, and that's out of play. Yankees out in Seattle at Safeco, and the final game, San Diego at San Francisco. But right here, 2 on 1 out. And the 2-2. That's full. And this next pitch will be number 22 for the youngster. In the bottom of the first with just 1 out.
You figure AJ is going to make contact, and he normally does. It wouldn't be a bad time to send the runners.
And that's back out of play. Well, if they go, they're going to get Konerko at second.
Well, that's assuming that AJ is going to strike out. And I got to believe against this guy, he's going to make some contact.
AJ, one of the toughest in all of baseball to strike out. And there's ball 4.
Jeff Jones might come out. He's the pitching coach. That suggests it's pretty tough to get your rhythm if you were working 30 seconds between pitches. There's a look at Jeff.
So Sox packed with Sox and Viciedo the hitter. Viciedo comes in on an 8-game hitting streak, and he is hitting 12 of the 13 he has played. Hitting a .354 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And takes that pitch nicely inside. 1-0 the count to Viciedo. Rios on deck. There's a little chopper. They're going to go to first base as the speed of Juan Pierre crosses the plate, and it is 1-0.
Right here.
5th RBI of the year for Viciedo. It's over the top of that sinker. Doesn't really leave Inge any other play. He was thinking about home and then realized he had no angle, so he took the play at first.
Anybody else is going to get thrown out except one. This ball club. So still a big out here. Come on, Alex. Rios hitting at 221, 10 homers and 40 knocked in. 4 for 17 lifetime off Porcello. As there is first pitch strike. Count evens at 1. Fast don't let him off the hook with just 1 here. Big pitch coming up in the scheme of things. Got Diaz on deck.
He can't even come close on that slider. That was a good play by Avila, or that would have been a run. He's got 9 wild pitches this year, and you can understand why.
Advantage goes to Rios with a 2-1 count. Good pitch by Porcello. Ate him up inside, and the count evens at 2.
Well, the inside part of the plate, that's the arm side and the strong side for Porcello. If he's going to throw a fastball, more times than not, it's going to be on the inside part of the plate.
Almost walked right into that one. And a full count.
Gaz awaiting his opportunity as Porcello about ready to deliver pitch number 31 here in the first inning.
And that one is shanked right side. And cracked his back. So 2 out, 2 on. Ducks on the pond, full count. And once again, the payoff. A little flare. And Ordonez is there as he was playing shallow. And with all that, we only come up with 1, and we lead it 1-0. And first pitch to Victor Martinez leading off here in the top of the second is ball one.
Victor
lead at 1-0.
Victor, a switch hitter, and a pretty good one from both sides of the plate.
Two and 0 the count. Victor hitting at .323, 10 homers, 90 knocked in, 33 doubles.
He's really giving the Tigers what they needed, and that was a run producer behind Cabrera so that they don't pitch around Cabrera near as much.
So the leadoff single. Martinez this year hitting against us .326.
They got a good one because they've got not only his abilities, but the fact that he's outstanding in the clubhouse. When they got Victor Martinez as a free agent.
He's a competitor. He will compete with you. Lifetime against us. Has more home runs than anybody on his team. Hitting .311, 18 homers and 75 knocked in. But with all that said, with Cabrera, Martinez, this guy right here, a lot of Tiger people think has been as valuable as anybody.
He's playing in his 126th game. And just about every day you see his name in the lineup catching. So he's proven to be durable. And this year the offense has really come alive.
Well, we mentioned last year 8 homers, 30 knocked in. Hit .228 this year, hitting .300, 18 homers, 72 knocked in, to go along with 30 doubles and 4 triples.
Last 35 games, look at those numbers. 24 driven in, so he got hot at the perfect time as far as the Tigers were concerned, because they had head-to-head series against us and Cleveland and swept them both.
1-2 the count. Well, 35 games ago. Flips that one in the left field. 30 games, we were 4 games back. So indeed, he did get hot at the right time.
Looks like we're going to make it pretty interesting at that point, because I think we're only 3 back in the loss column. Didn't work out that way.
There's one thing about it. Nobody beat us this year except us.
It's true.
Two and 2 the count. And a reminder, Hispanic Heritage Night and Fireworks presented by Miller Lite is Friday, September 23rd. Enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Miller Lite. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. Just did get a piece of that one.
There's a couple of guys that are pretty good players. One could really hit. The guy on the right.
He gone. Yeah.
And the guy you saw on the left can still really hit. After working a steady diet of pitches down, he changes the eye level. He gets one up, throws it right by him. A good sequence for John Danks.
And here's Peralta. Peralta hitting at 305, 18 homers and 77 knocked in. Peralta only 7 errors this year at shortstop.
Well, he doesn't get to a lot of them, but what he gets to, he's able to make the play, and that's what you want from your shortstop.
And that ball's hit deep. Stay in here. It is 2-1 Tigers.
'19th home run. He's driven in 79. Not bad for a 7th place hitter. A very potent Tiger lineup. John wanted to go inside. It was his cutter, and that's the pitch that's given him some problems. If he doesn't get it in and he keeps it up, they go a long way.
That'll bring up Ryan Rayburn, hitting at 235, 12 homers and 42 knocked in. And that ball's hit deep. It is 3-1. Number 13 for Rayburn.
He's now driven in 43. Some early thunder out of a lineup that's loaded with it. That was a slider down, and Rayburn took it out.
So Brandon Inge, 34-year-old veteran, takes first pitch strike. Inge hitting at 196, 3 homers and 22 driven in. Change up. Tigers now with 149 home runs. We have 138. And there's a shot. One can't get there. Ninth two-bagger for Inge.
Tigers actually sent Brandon Inge down to the minor leagues. Another off-speed pitch, drove it into the gap. I think Juan might have lost that one in the lights because he was going across like he was going to make the catch and then was peeled off at the end.
So some hemp being hung out here in the top of the second inning. And here's the leadoff hitter, Austin Jackson. And that is foul, but hit hard. The 1-1 pitch. Three and 1 to count. John's been having just a lot of trouble staying away from the big inning. First 2 months of the season, he really pitched well. Record didn't show it, but he really pitched well.
He's having some big problems with location, especially with that cutter.
That's why he's having trouble staying away from the big inning. And here comes Coop.
This team has always given John some problems, and tonight no exception.
That was his last start in the third inning against Minnesota, and that was not what you would call a fearsome lineup they were running out there. He gave up 4 in the third.
Start before against the Tigers, he just got battered in that one.
He gave up 3 in the first and 5 in the fifth. He got beat 8-1. He gave up all 8 runs. So the big inning has just been killing him. There's over to Beckham now. Oh, nice turn. So Ordonez hits into the double play, but back-to-back homers by Peralta. That was a 2-run shot, and then Rayburn. It is 3-1 Detroit. Watching the WGN Sports Baseball Network in Central Illinois on WCFN 49, on WHO HD 13.3 in Des Moines, in Peoria on My 59 Peoria, and in the Quad Cities watching on WQAD 8.2. Welcome to the WGN Sports Baseball Network. 3-1 Tigers. They'll make that plate a little wider for Porcello. Piazza.
Well, he's going to need it because so far tonight he doesn't have much of a feel for anything.
Three and 0 the count. And there's the strike. And there's the dreaded leadoff walk. Third walk already issued by Porcello, and that'll bring up Brent Morrell.
It only had 37 walks and 155 in the third coming in. So this is very much uncharacteristic wildness.
We're in a 253, 5 homers, 30 knocked in as he takes first pitch strike. Piazza 8 for 12 in stolen bases. Checks it up. He did not go. And a reminder, Camarena Tequila and the Sox are teaming up to offer you the chance to be the next Southside Slugger. One lucky fan and his guest, or her guest, will escape the winner with an all-expense-paid trip to Glendale, Arizona to take the field at the White Sox Fantasy Camp January 16th through the 23rd. That's a nice prize there. So visit a participating Chicagoland Spirits retailer to get your entry form. Entries must be postmarked by November 18th. There he goes. And there's a chopper, two-hopper, Inge. One down, and that'll bring up Beckham.
Your right-hand hitter tonight. Look for the fastball in from Porcello. Till he establishes that he can use the outside part of the plate. He hasn't been able to get the slider over, and just about every fastball has been to the arm side or inside to right-handers, outside to lefties.
Beckham hitting at .239, homers 39, knocked in. Takes it right there. He's 3 for 6 lifetime off Porcello with a home run.
Ready to deliver pitch number 42 in an inning and a third.
And that gets away, that breaking ball, that slider.
10th wild pitch of the year for Porcello. Ball just bounces up, eats up Avila.
Second short back. Inge about halfway. So Gordon gets in Piazza, and it's the 3-2 ball game. Lead off one.
How about number 40?
So now 2 out, and here's Pierre. He doubled and scored last inning. Takes a strike. Tampa Bay leading Baltimore 4-1. That's in the top of the 6th at Oriole Park. And Tampa Bay just 3.5 games back of the Red Sox in the race for the wild card. Nice pick. Barrow take it himself, and that'll retire the side. But he walks the leadoff man. He comes around to score, and we'll go to the third, trailing by 1. First pitch to Delman Young, fouled away. 3-4-0 for them. 2-1-0 for us. Here in the top of the third inning. Young walked his first trip. 0-2 the count. Off the end of the bat, and that's going to be a base hit.
That ball was hit a little harder. Gets one out, but reaching out, getting it, and flipping it off the end of the bat, drops it right in front of Pierre. How comes an inviting double play target? The Bros grounded into 24 of them this year.
First pitch strike. He grounded out to Morel, who made a good play on a tough hop. And that's trouble. Tank can't get there. One hop, ground rule double. So Ducks on the pond, nobody out here in the top of the third.
That ball just kept slicing away from Viciedo. Looked like he might have been able to run it down. 40th double of the year for Cabrera. This is what makes him so tough. That's a changeup out of the strike zone. He reaches out and slices it away from Viciedo. One hop out of the park.
So here's Victor. He started off that 3-run second with a sharp single just out of the reach of Beckham. And first pitch strike. A couple other scores. St. Louis leading Pittsburgh 4-3, top of the seventh at PNC. And the Cardinals only 4.5 games back of the Braves in the race for the wild card. Cardinals come in at 12 over, 79 and 67.
Hitting with runners in scoring position. These are the two guys you might want. Cabrera and Martinez.
Two and one to count. Well, I don't know about the National League, but since Cabrera has been in the American League, Victor is giving him the best protection he's had since he's been in the Tiger uniform. And that's chop foul, so the count 2-2. You look at Martinez, Avila, Peralta. That's some pretty good protection.
Well, you're hitting close to 400 with runners in scoring position. One guy's 396, the other guy is 392. Not much to choose from between the two. You got problems either way.
Three ways, because Victor's a switch hitter. He gone. Got him upstairs. One out.
Big out when you're conceding the run.
So here's Alex. He struck out on a high fastball. And there's first pitch strike. Straightens him up to even the count at one. Tomorrow night, Gavin Floyd against Justin Verlander. I think he plans to be with us here at U.S. Cellular Field. Then on Wednesday afternoon, Dylan Axelrod making the start against Brad Penny. That is out number 2. But Young scores, and it's a 4-2 Tiger lead.
Villa drives in his 73rd.
So here's Peralta. There you see what he did last inning. And if you missed it, and there's the strike. 0-2. And it's a 5-2 on the 0-2 count.
80 RBIs for Johnny Peralta. Done a terrific job since coming over from Cleveland. Takes a fastball right down the middle. Rifles it by Ramirez.
Yeah, that pitch on the 0-2 count, not very good. And here's Rayburn. He backed up that homer on the first pitch he saw with one of his own last inning. Takes that outside. And there's a base hit. So that's the 8th hit given up by Danks here in 2 2/3 innings.
Not many breathers in this Tiger lineup these days.
Well, they're on a roll. Talking about their fine announcer, one of their fine announcers, Jim Price, former catcher for the Tigers, prior to the game, and Timmy said they're just clubbing guys, just beating them to death.
I mean, you look at their lineup, and any of the holes they might have had, they helped plug with Young, put him as a number 3 hitter coming over from Minnesota. And Jackson, who was starting very slowly, now is hitting everything in sight.
Want to know the count. And Rayburn, he always is dangerous against us. Did not check it up. Rayburn this year 3 homers and now make it 4 homers and 14 RBIs against us, and that's just in part-time play.
He's the one guy that you might not worry about when you look at the rest of this lineup. He's doing a lot of damage.
And that ball's hit hard. The Oz is there though, so they're just laying some maple on that leather. They come up with 2 more after 2.5. It's 5-2 Tigers. 5-8-0 for the Tigers, 2-1-0 for our guys. Alexei, there's a slider strike. Ramirez struck out back in the first inning. Off the end of the bat. And that's out number 1. So I'll bring up Paulie. Paulie walked.
Love to see Paul get to that century mark and runs batted in on this homestand. But the home folks appreciate just a magnificent year. The captain of this team.
And that's out of play. Souvenir right side. Yeah, with the year he's had. And virtually, I mean, let's face it, with no protection behind him most of the year.
Well, in fact, Ozzy's had to find whatever he could and put a lot of people in that spot behind Paul to try to give him that kind of protection. But you see, pitches Cabrera gets with Martinez behind him. We don't have a Martinez to fit into, to plug into that role.
That's a fair ball. And that's out number 2. You know, it's just tough to have the kind of year he's having when you got no protection behind him. So all Sox fans who have not seen most of the games, you can imagine how many times they've pitched around him, or Paul has hit good pitches for base hits.
That's one of the things we saw a lot this year was him taking a ball 2-3 inches off the outside corner when you know they're not giving him anything to hit, and dumping it into right field to drive home the runs.
Here's AJ. He also walked. And count 2-0.
Give you an idea about that. Paul's walked 73 times this year and intentionally walked 16 times. Nobody else has been walked more than 5 intentionally.
2-1 to count. And that's out of play. Well, Paulie third in the league for those 16 intentional walks.
I'm surprised it's not more.
Bautista with 21 leads. Cabrera, the Tigers, 19. Adrian Gonzalez is fourth with 15. And this didn't take long. It's 1, 2, 3. And we'll go to the fourth. It is 5-2 bad guys. Austin Jackson takes up high. This is the top of the 4th inning, and this is his 3rd at bat. Two 2-0 the count. 5-2 Tigers. First of this 3-game set. And the count 3-0. And after this series, we head on out to Kansas City for 4 and Cleveland for 4. It didn't take long.
Walk number 3 for John tonight, along with 2 strikeouts.
And here's Ordonez. He has gone out to right, and then he hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Next road trip will be the final road trip of the season. When we come home, Kansas City for 3 and Toronto for 3. There's a strike. And that's out of play. And then, after that homestand, barring something out of Stephen King.
Who would think about that?
It's over. 1-2. He gone.
Throws a high cutter and gets away with it.
So here's Young. He walked in the first, and last inning leading off hit a little soft single to left off the end of the bat.
Then on a wild pitch, the 5th of the year for Danks. AJ wants it low and in. Johnny has it just slip out of his hands.
There's another soft single by Young. So the wild pitch is going to cost him a run. And it is 6-2.
Twenty runs batted in since Delvin Young came over from Minnesota. This ball's up high. Young doesn't get a whole lot of it, but gets enough of it.
So here's Cabrera. He's 1 for 2, a double last inning. Right down the right field line, one hop into the seats. .40 doubles, 26 homers, 95 driven in. into the LG Skyline Club seats and out of the LG Skyline Club seats. Two and one the count to the 28-year-old who's just in his career put up some monster numbers. That's off the end of the bat. The tank is there. 2 down.
Josh Kinney throwing in the pen.
And a reminder, you can join the Chi Sox mobile group by texting Southpaw to 244-769 for a chance to win a Southpaw appearance for your birthday party, your wedding, or your winter holiday party. Southpaw is available 365 days a year for your special event. Text Southpaw 244-769. And that's popped up right side. Gordon's there, makes the catch, but they come up with another one, a walk, a wild pitch, and a little duck snort. Million prizes. Hurry, because tickets are limited. First pitch strike to Viciedo. Tanks grounded out to third, but knocked in a run. Big swing, and the count 0-2.
Cello's throwing 7 ground balls, and after leadoff double by Pierre, nobody else has a hit.
And the 1-2 pitch. And muscles that one back to the middle for the base hit. So that extends his hitting streak to 9 games and 13 out of 14. He is fun to watch. Even when he strikes out, he's fun to watch.
He doesn't hit this ball hard, but still nobody has any shot at it. It goes up the middle.
So here's Rios. Hit a little soft fly ball in the short right field to end the first inning. Takes first pitch strike. Checks it up, and the count 1-1. Should be. Back him up. 2 down.
For Rios, that's the 20th time he's grounded into a double play.
And a reminder, you can reserve your table right now for college football Saturdays and pro football Sundays at Bacardi at the Park. Catch all your favorite college teams and don't miss the Bears games on Sundays. 72 flat screens, great food, great atmosphere for football. For more information, visit BacardiAtThePark.com. Alejandro walked, leading off the second, and came around to score. And that's popped up. And after the leadoff single by Viciedo, that didn't take long. We're into the 5th. Errors for the Tigers. 2 runs, just 2 hits, no errors for our Sox. That pitch up high to Alex Avila. Alex 0 for 2 with an RBI. Sox with a run in the first. Tigers came right back with 3 in the second. Added 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. We got our other run in the second. And we got Verlander tomorrow night. He'll be opposed by Gavin Floyd. And on Wednesday afternoon, Dylan Axelrod making his first start. Verlander. And he flips that one into, that's a fair ball. And he's on his way to second base and will get there easily.
When you're going well, you're going to find all the lines, all the hops, everything you have to do to be successful. Banks stayed away the entire at bat, and Avila, driven in a run in the third inning, puts it right on the line.
31st double.
Chris Guccione right down there. It was easy call.
Here's Peralta, 2-run homer and an RBI single. So 1 out, and that'll bring up Rayburn. Ryan has homered back to back with Peralta, Rayburn in the second. Then he had another single in the third.
It was not a particularly good at bat by Peralta. Good for us.
Well, then we got him right where we want him after that.
He swung at the first pitch and didn't move along the base run.
Saw you earlier, Rayburn this year, 4 homers, 14 RBIs against us, and 44 at bats. In his career, he's hitting .291, 11 homers, and 42 RBIs, and 205 at bats. That's pretty stout.
You got to get a new scouting report.
He's killed us. In that defining game, hit that 2-run homer to tie it. We had an 8-1 lead. And then Cabrera backed it up on the next pitch with a home run to win at 9-8. I've never seen a season with as few of defining days for a club as we have had this year. Never. Just has not been there. And as a rule, you have a few of them. We've had one, and it was a loss.
Yeah, that was a bad one on the downside. I will always believe that we won that game. We'd have won on Sunday. Didn't work out that way, and Sunday was a massacre.
Yeah. And that ball hit deep into left field. And it's off the wall. They got a shot at third. No.
It's got to be a double in the air, I would believe.
Meanwhile, Rayburn continues to massacre our pitching staff. 19th two-bagger.
That's a changeup. Not a bad pitch. He just goes down and gets it. There's the problem. Alejandro doesn't come up with it cleanly. Haven't seen the ruling yet. Looks to me like double E8, but
so the infield in, and the ball gets away, and he's going to score. And it's 8-2.
That ball gets in front of A.J., scoots between his legs, and same amount of runs that he gave up in Detroit. 8-bagger.
Two and one to count. And Chu has doubled. And then he lined out hard to left center. There's only been 2 duck snorts in the game of the 11 hits. 3, I should say. 2 by Young and 1 by Avila. The rest of them have been
hit hard.
Most of them mashed. As he's gone, and that is out number 2. And that'll bring up Austin Jackson. Led off the ball game with a fly ball in the right center. Viciato caught, and next 2 times up has walked, and once he scored. First pitch strike. 8-11-0 for them. 2-2-1 for us. Next pitch will be number 94. Check that number 95. He gone. We're halfway home trailing 8-2. Bottom of the 5th inning, and we got some woodwork to do. We trailed at 8-2. And here's Morel. He'll be followed by Beckham and then Pierre. Brent bounced out to his counterpart, Brandon Inge. Do I know the count? 3-0. There's one. Pirates have tied up the Cardinals at 4. That game in the bottom of the 8th at PNC. Tampa Bay leading Baltimore 5-2. Bottom of the 8th at Oriole Park. 11-5 Cubs over Cincinnati. That game in the 8th inning, as that's popped up right side in Cincinnati. And that's out number 1. And a reminder, Chicagoland viewers, how would you like to win $5 footlongs from Subway? Will just be the 500 texter to text Subway to 97999. So go to WGNTV.com for complete info and rules. As Gordon, he knocked in a run back in the 2nd. Marlins leading the Braves 4-3 game in the 8th inning at Turner Field. Houston leading the Phillies 4-1 7th inning down in Texas. Strike and the count 0-2.
There's a full moon tonight. Nothing good has come of it so far.
Second strikeout for Porcello, and it'll bring up Juan Pierre, who's 1 for 2. Led off the bottom of the 1st with his 17th double. Right down the left field line and came around to score.
That was when Porcello was very vulnerable. Shot at him at the 1st, a shot at him in the 2nd, but with that he started to throw the ball pretty well.
Back through the middle and into center field.
Porcello did the right thing. He at first was going to catch that with his throwing hand. Then thought better of it. Figured 6 runs up. Base hit's always a base hit, but he can't afford to lose the rest of this year. Watch him as he starts to go after it. Then, no, I think I'll stay away from that one.
Alexi is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to short. Ball gets away.
It's the 11th wild pitch of the year, 2nd of the night. One bounds right off of Avila.
And that'll retire the side. We've completed 5 and we've trailed it by 6.
It's $1.89, but you don't have to remember to love it. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time, a la carte only.
Josh Kinney comes into the game. Does not have a record, has a 1.54 ERA on for the 9th time. Johnny Danks went 5 innings, gave up 8 runs on 11 hits, walked 3, fanned 5. So his night is done.
Tigers with 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, where our runs coming in the first and second. And the Marlins have taken a 4-3 lead. Game at the top of the 8th down in Atlanta. Back through the middle for Maggs. Now 1 for 4.
And that's going to be it for Ordonez as his night is over, as he's taken down for a pinch runner.
And here's Young. He has walked and has 2 soft singles.
Ramon Santiago provided a couple of key home runs for them last couple of weeks.
Good lead. And that's just punched through. Another soft single.
Doesn't even look like they're swinging at the ball, and they find a hole with everything that touches the bat. 3rd hit for Young, the 3rd single. Kind of takes a half swing and finds the perfect place to hit it through.
That'll bring up Cabrera. He's 1 for 3. Double and run scored back in the 3rd. It's 9-2.
96 driven in. They're not taking too many pitches.
He's only thrown 3.
it's a run and 3 hits.
So here's Victor. Now Cabrera. Now with a little over 8 years in the big leagues. He's driven in 975 runs. He's 28 years old. That's amazing. Two and 1 to count to Victor. Started off that 3-run second inning with a sharp single in the right field in the hole between first and second. Count evens at 2. Yankees taking on the Mariners later on tonight out at Safeco. That'll be Hughes against the King, Felix Hernandez. Hughes 4-5. Hernandez 14-11 with a 3.15. D-backs taking on the Dodgers in LA. That's Saunders against Lilly.
Arizona with an 8.5 game lead over defending World Series champions.
Yeah, it's got a piece of that one. And a full count. And there's a base hit. Another softie. Here's the throw. Not in time. So Cabrera into third.
RBI number 91. There've been 4 hitters up. There's been 4 singles and 2 runs.
So it's a 10-2 Tiger lead. And here's Avila. He's 1 for 3. Had a little duck snort single just on the line, leading off last inning. Takes first pitch strike. One to count.
Cabrera and Martinez both will wind up most likely over 100 runs batted in.
Now, if you'd have told me coming out of spring training that we would have been 73 and 72 on September 12th, I would have said you're nuts.
Especially with the way the pitching has been most of the season.
Pitching's been just terrific. Pitching has been good enough, and there's another soft single in the hole. And it's 11-2.
Starting to look a lot like the Sunday game in Detroit.
Coop saying, what are you going to do? Every time I hit the ball, finds a hole.
See if you can get one by him. just one.
Just hang with him, kid.
Or let him hit it at somebody. We'll try that for a game plan.
I was just peeking at that. Houston leading 5-1 over the Phillies. Carlos Lee hit a home run, a 2-run homer off Oswalt. Carlos came up next time, he just drilled him right in the hand.
Well, there you go.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason I brought it up.
Yeah.
11, 16, and 0 for them. 2, 3, and 1 for us. And the count 2-0. And there's the strike. 2 on, nobody out. 3 in here in the top of the 6th.
There's a man who's a triple away from the cycle, Ryan Rayburn.
Should be. And that's 2 down. Peralta now 2 for 4 with a 2-run homer and an RBI single. Oh, 1 to count. Rayburn and Homer backing up Peralta's in the 2nd inning. Single sharply into right in the 3rd, and then doubled off the wall. Last inning, and there's another base hit. So he's 4 for 4, and it's 12-2.
Third RBI of the night. 45th of the year. And this one is not too pretty.
No, this one's what you call Ugly. Two and 0. And just double, lined hard to center, and struck out. Oh, they got him. That got him pretty good.
Might have to take a look at that because that was a rocket back up the middle.
Said he's fine.
It's the 7th single of the inning. And this one hit like a bullet.
Yeah. So he convinced them.
Looked like it got him in a good spot.
They'll have Bud Selig on that thing for a while.
Yeah, that one was hit. That one was hit with a whole lot on it.
So here's Austin Jackson, the 9th man to come to the plate. Takes ball 1. that got him.
Shane Lindsay loosening up in the pen.
So here's Santiago. He went in to run for Ordonez, who led it off with a single back through the middle. And that is chopped just foul.
Not very often will you see a guy send in the pinch run and hit in the same inning. But it happened here.
And the count 0-2. Sox packed with Tigers. And that's a fair ball. Two more score. And it's 14-2.
Santiago gets one down and out over the plate. And drills it right down the line.
So here's Don Kelly hitting for Young. And he takes first pitch strike. Retire the side, but they put a 6 spot on the board and they lead it 14-2. Support of local youth baseball leagues. Through the Chevy Youth Baseball Program, the local Chevrolet dealers are supporting over 35,000 young ball players in their communities. Big leagues to the youth leagues, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball.
Ryan Rayburn moves out to right field. Don Kelly goes to left field. And Ramon Santiago checks in at second base.
And Paulie takes ball 1. Paulie has walked and he has grounded to third. 14-2. Tigers on top. Fouls that one by. Well, in the last 14 innings, the Tigers scored 32 runs.
Against us, yes.
Little spinner strike and the count 1-2.
Well, they came in on a 9-game winning streak. The way they're swinging the bats, I don't know why it's not more. Luis Marte throwing in the bullpen for the Tigers.
Oh, look at the play by Cabrera. One out.
Here's our Xfinity high-def shot of the game. Even with a 12-run lead, Miguel Cabrera playing all out. Took a base hit away from Paulie. Made a great play. Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast.
So here's AJ. AJ has walked and he has grounded to second. And there's a shot by Inge. So that's our 4th hit. And that'll bring up Viciedo. Tank is 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. On a 9-game hitting streak and is hitting 13 of the last 14. Takes it right there. Out. 0-2 the count. Comebacker. And rag it up. That'll retire the side. We'll go to the 7th, trailing by 12. Game Zone for up to the minute stats and information. Log on to www.wgntv.com. And then the Game Zone brought to you by Connie's Pizza. Park also at Connie's on Archer Avenue and take their free shuttle to each game. So call 312-CONNIES for more information.
Eduardo Escobar comes in at shortstop. Tyler Flowers checks in at first base. And Shane Lindsay on the hill, and those are his numbers with AAA Charlotte. Pretty impressive. He's on for the 4th time here.
So Cabrera is retired. He's now 2 for 5 with a double, a single, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. I don't think there's anybody in this league who puts more topspin on the ball, the ground ball, than he does. It's amazing. So what that means, in case you're wondering why it's germane, is the fact that if it's not hit at somebody, their range is really cut down once it hits that ground the second time. Get a lot of tweener hits in the infield. Victor, he's 2 for 4. I enjoyed watching. Victor had his little boy out there. When I say small, he is very small. And he was.
I saw before the game he was taking care of the baseballs around the mound.
Yeah, and he was hitting him some little pop-ups. I'm telling you, he really looks good. I mean, he was
wearing number 41.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought Victor had shrunk.
Mini me. And there is ball 4. Gallardo's little boy up in Milwaukee when we were there a couple of years ago. I'm telling you, he looked like he was already a player. Left-handed hitter. Wow. I don't know why they don't have the father. I used to really enjoy watching
father and son games.
Father son daughter games. Yeah. I remember I played when I was in Kansas City. We had a father son daughter game, and I had to change Danny Tartable's diaper. His mom had to go to the little girl's room.
That's good.
Yeah. She left him with me on the bench, and here I am changing his diaper. Avila takes the strike. He's 2 for 4. $14, 19, and 0 for them. 2, 4, and 1 for us.
Every one of the starters. Well, Ordonez left with 1 hit, but Jackson was the only one who didn't have 2 hits. Besides Ordonez, who was taken out in the 6th.
Two and 2 the count. Out of Perth, Australia. Shane Lindsay. Tyler trying to do a little too much, but Beckham's backing him up. So it'll be 1-4, or check it, 3-4-1 put out.
And Tyler's thanking him because he saved him an error. Gordon right there. And Lindsay right there.
So here's Peralta. We were leading this thing 1-0 going to the 2nd inning. And Victor Martinez single, Avila struck out, and Peralta hit a 2-run homer. And then Rayburn backed him up on the first pitch from Johnny Danks with a solo shot. Only 8 more home games remaining. 2 with these guys tomorrow and Wednesday. And then 3 with Kansas City and 3 with Toronto. That's all she wrote. Kansas City on the 23rd, 4th, and 5th. Toronto on the 26th, 7th, and 8th. And the count 2-2. And you can lower your home electricity rate with Constellation Energy. Check your Sox game card for an additional 5% off our fixed price. Visit home.constellation.com today to learn what you can save. Got a piece of it. Escobar? Yeah. So that's 1-6-3 for the putout. And that'll retire the side. 7th inning stretch. We trail it big. For Rios.
Santiago shifts over to shortstop. Danny Worth checks in the game at second.
Quinn hitting at .255, 24 homers, 77 knocked in. Saws him off, and that's out number 1. So that'll bring up Piazza. And with that Tampa Bay 5-2 victory over Baltimore, they're now just 3 games back of the Carmines in a race for the wild card.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
It, again, with the offense that they've had this year, yeah, it just goes to show you what their pitching has been. I'll tell you one thing about the Rays, though. They will play 27 outs. They will bust it for 27 outs.
82 and 64. Flareth and Perry.
Stay fair. It won't. Just foul. Piazza has walked, scored, and gone out to left field. And Sox fans, every White Sox Friday home game is United Flyaway Friday. Each Friday home game, one lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. And we only have one more. That is Friday, September 23rd. First day of that last homestand. United proud to fly the White Sox. It's 14-2, guys. Nobody on second base. So John Del Carabo from Oak Forest. His pick to click at the plate. Got in. 2 down.
I think he's saying it hit the ground.
Hit the ground. Good. 1 out.
Vila wanted an appeal. Mark Wigner says no. He caught the ball. Vila was right.
So John Del Carabo's pick to click
has another life.
Yes, he does. Two and two. Got him that time. So now they're 2 out. Third strikeout for Porcello.
Actually, the fourth. He struck him out twice.
That's right, he did. 4 strikes. So here's Morel. Brenna's grounded to third and popped up to second. And once again, a reminder: Gavin Floyd tomorrow night against Justin Verlander. Can't make it to the ballpark. The last 2 games, tomorrow and Wednesday afternoon, will be over Comcast Sportsnet. And Verlander going for his 23rd victory. 22-5 with a 2.44 ERA. 229 innings, has 232 strikeouts. Two and one to count. That ball hit hard in the center field. Jackson goes back, looks up. You can put it on the ball. Yes! Number 6 for Brent. Right over the center field fence. He now has 31 RBIs.
Our fourth drive of the game. It's a sinker that doesn't sink and goes out over the 400 mark. Brent Morel starting to show some late season power.
Don't worry about Brent. He's going to hit for power.
He's going to hit you 20, 25 home runs. Gordon is 0 for 2. But he has an RBI. Drove in our second run back in the second inning. And there's a shot. And it gets by Kelly. And here comes Leland.
Sinkers are starting not to sink. Jim Leland figures he's got enough out of his young right-hander, so he'll go to the pen. And we'll be back after these messages. Opponent's hitting just 201, which is very good. He's brought in as a left-handed specialist to try to take down Juan Pierre, who's got a couple of hits tonight.
And that home run by Brent Morrell, of course, the Alex Snellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox home hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 139, so $13,900 donated by Alex Snellius in loving memory of Ursula. Here's Juan, 2 for 3. And that is into left field. Kelly, sharp, over towards the line, makes a catch. And that'll do it. We'll go to the 8th, trailing 14-3. Rayburn, 4 for 4, 2 singles, a double, a homer, 3 runs scored, and 2 knocked in. Goes from 235 to 244. Can I check it up? Just tuning in. We scored our runs, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the seventh. They scored their runs, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 6th. 6 in the sixth.
Not a good look. 14, 19, and oh.
Hughley. Count hangs at 0-2. Willingham just hit a 3-run homer, second inning. As they go to the second, I should say, in Oakland. 3-0 A's over the Angels. Gio Gonzalez on the bump against Joe Saunders. Check that against Joel Pinheiro. He gone.
First time tonight. Our staff's been able to retire Ryan Rayburn. I'm not sure how many better nights in his career he's had than this one.
A tough loss for the Cardinals as the Pirates came back and beat them 6-5. Cardinals coming into the day, we're 4.5 games back of Atlanta. And there's a base hit, so that's the third hit for Inge. Atlanta in extra innings with the Marlins. Down at Turner Field, tied at 4. So here's Austin Jackson. He does not have a base hit, but he was hit by a pitch, walked twice, struck out once, and going out to right. That's off his foot. And the count 1-2. Cubs beat the Reds 12-8 at the Great American Ballpark. And now he has a hit.
It's 21 of them.
And that'll bring up Ramon Santiago, who's been to the plate one time. He came in to run for Ordonez back in the 6th. And had a 2-run double.
Andy Dirks coming on a pinch run for Jackson.
22,750. And there's the strike. That's into right field. That's out number 2. We'll bring up Don Kelly. He's been to the plate one time, grounded out to second. Dodgers leading 1-0. Matt Kemp hit his 33rd. Oh, that was off Joe Saunders. Yeah, that all the way to the backstop.
Another wild pitch. That one skips by AJ.
And that is into Piazza territory and left center. So that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th.
They hit around in the 6th inning. 6 runs on 8 hits. Peralta and Rayburn went back-to-back in the 2nd inning. Visit your local Honda dealer today to test drive the 2011 Honda Cross Tour, available with 4-wheel drive. Andy Dirks stays in the game in center field. Carlos Guillen comes in the game at first base.
So here's Escobar making his first plate appearance. Takes it high and wide.
The only guy in the same spot as he was when the game started. Well, the 2 guys, Avila and Inge. 3rd and catch.
Two and 0 the count.
And there's a strike. Eduardo just 22 years old. He's a feisty little guy. Out of Rockwell, Venezuela. And there's a shot base hit. So he's got something going for him. Escobar.
It's a high fastball. Inside out swing, takes it to right field.
He's 2 for 4 since being called up. And here's Flowers. Takes first pitch strike. Paulie was 0 for 2 tonight. Curveball misses and a count 1-1. Another breaking ball. It's a bad one right there, so the count evens at 2. Escobar hit 266 down at Charlotte. And was ranked by Baseball America as the best defensive infielder in the White Sox system for the 2nd straight year. Full count. Fowler trying to break an 0 for 13 hitless streak. Well, 3-2 got a good pitch to hit and couldn't do anything with it. Nice and easy, Tyler. Get yourself a base hit. Another good pitch to hit. Yankees have taken a 1-0 lead over the Mariners. And that one's out of play. The Yankees with a chance to stretch it out to 4 games over the Red Sox. Red Sox on a 5-game losing streak. Line to right field. And that is out number 1. So that'll bring up AJ. AJ is 1 for 2. A walk, a grounder to second, and then a sharp single past Brandon Inge. AJ hitting at 284. 6 homers and 41 knocked in.
That Marlin Brave game now in the top of the 11th.
That looked like a fair ball.
Why?
Well, that looked like a fair ball all the way. I'm not sure Mike Everett saw it. He was backpedaling.
Well, if it went across the bag, it was fair. Just because it hit some foul territory does not mean it's a foul ball. That looked like a fair ball right there. He's just watching where the ball lands.
Yep.
And there's a curveball strike, so the count 0-2. Ian will take that one. So 2 down. And that'll bring up Viciato. And here comes Leland. All right. So a pitching change here, and we'll be back.
On for the 30th time. Control has been very much a factor. When he first came in this league, it looked like he would become what Daniel Bard of Boston has become. But control has really hindered him.
So here's Viciato. Takes ball 1. Tank is 1 for 3 with an RBI.
Looks like a pass ball.
It was.
Just flat out missed it.
So 2-0 the count. Quentin on deck. And there's 1. Tang, as I mentioned, on that 9-game hitting streak. 13 out of the last 14. And ball 4. Two on, two out. And here's Quinton. He got jammed, hit a little ground ball to second. Pinch hitting for Rios, leading off last inning. Goes through that one at 96. And a reminder, if you're hitting the road, take the Sox with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every White Sox game live or on demand on your computer or your favorite devices. Visit WhiteSox.com. One and one to count. Very with a good arm. Doesn't do you any good if you can't throw it over the plate.
And that's been, for him, the biggest problem.
I remember his first appearance against us. He almost hit like 3 guys in the head at Comerica Park. And the count evens at 2. Talking about Comerica Park. From the 7th inning on this year, we have been outscored in their ballpark 23-2. Ergo.
Hard to win in their park.
We'll go to the 9th. Trailing big.
Tomorrow night, it's these Tigers on CSN. Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. on CSN, the Tigers. And the Thursday night from Kansas City on CSN Plus at 7 p.m. That is the Lincoln upcoming schedule.
Carlos Guillen can't get it. Making his first plate appearance. Guillen hitting at 207. Couple of homers and 11 driven in. It's been a tough year for him, injury-wise. That's out of play. Guillen has had a good career.
For a long time. Came out of the Houston organization. Went to Seattle in the Randy Johnson deal. Along with Freddie Garcia and John Halama.
When he was in Seattle, he never looked like he was going to be that good a player. He was going to be maybe a fifth infielder. Boy, did he ever become a good player. A good hitter, a good fielder, and a terrific clutch hitter. The 1-2. And another foul ball. Will Rhymes on deck. That's into left center field. Can of corn. 1 out. 14-21-0 for them if you're just tuning in. 3-7-1 for us. 3 home runs in the game. Back-to-backs in the second by Peralta and Rayburn, and then for us, Brent Morrell went over that center field fence in the 7th. So here's Rhymes hitting for Victor Martinez, who was 2 for 4. What new? 2 runs scored and an RBI. Shane Lindsay into his 3rd inning of work. He's given up no runs, 2 hits. Outfield, about equidistant. Swung around slightly to the left. As there's a little chopper. Escobar, he can scoot. '22-year-old, 5'10", 165-pound switch hitter. Said it in his first appearance with us. Reminds me a lot of Ozzie when Ozzie was young. All over the place. Alex Avila. Alex 2 for 5, a couple of RBIs. Now it's 74. He has just given the bottom part of this order a tremendous lift all season long. Well, when you can take from your 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th place hitters and get that kind of production like he with Peralta, between them, they've got 151 RBIs. Rayburn got 44. Almost 200 RBIs from the 6th, 7th, and 8th hitters. Now that is getting some production from the bottom part of that lineup.
And some durability.
Two out, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
David Pauly listening up in the Tiger pen.
Shane just keeps pumping those strikes. Oh boy. You have to walk anybody. Got that extended at bat with Guillen. Close pitch. Didn't get it. And the payoff. And there is the first walk. So here's Danny Worth making his first plate appearance. Getting in Peralta's spot. Johnny was 2 for 5, a homer and 3 RBIs. Johnny now 19 homers and 80 driven in. That's softly hit. And a good job by Shane Lindsay. Working 3 innings, giving up no runs, 2 hits. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth.
Lottery, Mega Millions, and Powerball. Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot is worth $54 million, and Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is worth $25 million. So David Pauly comes into the game to wrap it up. Pauly overall 5-5, 281. For Detroit, ERA 5.5.
Here's Diaza. Alejandro 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. One and one to count. Gavin Floyd against Justin Verlander tomorrow night. If you can't make it to the park, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. And Wednesday's also on Comcast Sportsnet. Dylan Axelrod will make his first start for us against Brad Penny. Ball and 2 strikes.
Omir Santos checking in to do the catching.
And And that's in the center field. Dirks has got it. So 1 out. Brent's 1 for 3. Got a Porcello sinker up. Hit it right over that center field fence. And if you miss that home run, poof.
Plenty of distance on this one.
That ball hit well in the center field. Stretch. Get on back there. He looks up. That's way out of here. You can put it on the board. Yes. The bomb by Brent, number 7.
That's his second 2-homer game. Both of them over the center field wall. That ball just hangs over the middle of the plate. And it's way back there.
And here's Gordon. He's 1 for 3, a double and an RBI. Sox now with 140 home runs, so $14,000 donated by Alex Snellius in loving memory of Ursula, the White Sox charities. Get you another knock right here, Gordon. Nope. Not off the end of the bat. Oh, he got a cookie right there and couldn't do anything with it.
Well, he hung a curveball.
Hurry, hurry. Inge is good. And he gets it. Nice play, Brandon Inge.
He's one of the better third basemen in the league, and coming and getting it, throwing it in the same motion after the bare hand pickup.
So here's Pierre. He is 2 for 4. He got us on the board in a hurry in the first inning. We led it 1-0. He doubled, then came around to score. Two and 0 the count. And there's the strike. Marlins sitting in the top of the 12th. Tied at 4 with the Braves, but they have 2 on, 1 out. Three and 1. Outfield short, swung around to the left. And a full count. With Eduardo Escobar on deck. That is hit high. Right field. Rayburn is there, and this ball game is over. Well, the Sox in the first of this 3-game set come out. Johnny Danks just didn't have it tonight.
No, tough night for him. Tough night for the ball club. Josh Kinney had probably his worst outing as a member of the Sox. Unfortunately, very ugly inning for him, and that was it. The Tigers are showing why they have all but put it away in the Central.
All right, we'll be back.